I'm on the final stretch visiting every station on the southeastern main line. Join me as both the best and worst is still yet to come. Can't resist an open gate. Southeastern isn't very good at this. We have a favourite of the day, Ashford International. I think we should go in search of some international trains. International departures, that will definitely be it, right? Nope, everything is closed here. This trip has been one of the most hostile that I have had. Is that possibly the shortest journey you can take on a high-speed train? It's one of the nicest things I've seen done with an old railway station. I didn't realise I was filming in a literal storm. This isn't the weather I had in my head for this. Sandling station is just there. Straight away I'm seeing that this was a junction station and there's an abandoned platform here that's curving away from the main line. Okay, there's an open gate. Can't resist an open gate. So this is what would have been an abandoned platform. And the back of an abandoned platform. You can just about make out the old edge in there in the weeds. I didn't expect this. And there's the ramp down. Not going to go any further. That's interesting. That is the Sandgate branch line, closed in the 50s. It's always sad to see things closed. But while I'm here, this is a really nice station building. But I've noticed this sign up here. The 6th of June ticket office will be closed due to staff retirement. That's management of rail companies for you. They can't even cover a retirement. Southeastern isn't very good at this. Southeastern seems to have been really bad at ticket offices in general. And I made it with 10 minutes to spare until the train comes. Seriously, this station. We have a favourite of the day. This one. HS1 is up there. When that was being built in the 90s, I bet the tranquility was really taken away from here. I'm glad they managed to keep this intact. Come to Sandling. I'm super impressed.
The next train to arrive at platform 1 is the 12:46, service 2, London Charing Cross. This service is now expected to depart at 12:47.
Sad to leave, but we must.
The next station is Headcorn.
This is Headcorn, which after Sandling is a bit of a letdown. We do have what I'm now calling a doorless situation where the platforms are set back from the main line so that fast trains can run through and overtake the slowers. It is so Kent here. We've got like gliders in the sky. Half an hour-ish here. Not really a lot to see, so I'm just going to chill before we head down to... Oh, I've got half an hour in Ashford first. Who wants to spend half an hour in Ashford? Then I'm going to Folkestone. Might have got lucky here because there's a train running late I'll be able to catch. Due in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to jump on that to Ashford instead. While I'm literally getting blown away at Headcorn, I'm going to take a moment to say a massive, massive thank you to my lovely Patreons. You're all scoring on screen. You make videos like this possible. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to get your name onto this list, the links to do so are in the description, but thank you so much, guys. We will ride this to Ashford.
We will shortly be arriving at Ashford International.
The first thing I'm going to do at Ashford International is have my first coffee of the day. It's like nearly 2 p.m. and this is my first coffee. How have I existed this far? I need a bit of a break. So this is Ashford International. I think we should go in search of some international trains. There's none up there. Maybe if I follow the signs for international services? International departures, that will definitely be it, right? Nope, everything is closed here. That's because there are no international services from here, and the last one that ran was like 2020 and they haven't been brought back yet. Apparently it's not commercially viable. We can add Ashford International into the list of hostile stations. Apparently I'm allowed to film on my mobile phone, but I'm not allowed to film on this. The logic of these people. They literally have no idea and they're making stuff up as they go along. This trip has been one of the most hostile that I have had. I just grabbed another security guard just to ask his opinion on what was said, and he agreed it was ridiculous. So I'm back to using the main camera now. He's given me his blessing. What is up with people? 2 minutes until the train now, but it's 4 minutes late. Yay. Wet, 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 wet. Getting wet, getting very wet. So just behind me over there are the completely disused Eurostar platforms. That's why you can't get an international train from here. Right, Folkestone, luckily, is not international. Let's go there.
The next station is Folkestone West.
Folkestone West is a bit windy. Right, there's only 12 minutes until the next train. I mean, I could walk to Folkestone Central from here via, like, the sea, but I'm not. I'm going to get the train to Folkestone Central and then walk down from there. By heck, it's getting windier and windier out here. So it looks like once upon a time Folkestone West did have through platforms. Kind of feels like it should do, because this feels like a station that the Javelin should pass through, not stop at. Speaking of Javelins, there's an accidental one coming. Let's do this. My first time on a Javelin for all of 3 minutes.
The next station is Folkestone Central.
Is that possibly the shortest journey you can take on a high-speed train? Wasn't that fast. Right, so that was our 3-minute trip on a Javelin. I'm going to exit and then walk down to Folkestone Harbour. I've had no water. I need my water fix. So Folkestone appears to only have 2 platforms, but there's an abandoned island platform over there. So I'm going to guess it used to have 4. Quite high up here. So I guess I'm walking down to the coast, but then it means I've got to walk back up. Oh wow, this station is not a very nice welcome to Folkestone, is it? It's a bit grim. I'm hoping the town will be a bit nicer. Okay, when you get into Folkestone itself, it's quite nice. Apart from the rain that's now coming down. Recurring theme. Lots of rain. Now I'm trying to film this between outbursts of rain, and it just got really, really heavy. This is the old Folkestone Harbour arm, and it's been converted into this walkway, and it's really nice, and there's sea, and it gets even better because there's a station. Go and have a look at that. Okay, the weather really needs to make up its mind, because it keeps pouring and then getting sunny and then pouring and then getting sunny, and I don't know how to exist right now. But it's really nice regardless of the weather. Annoyingly, I seem to have come when something's on, like maybe the football. So I'm literally walking in the track bed of the old station. I'm leaning on the edge of the platform. You shouldn't do that at a normal station. This is nice. It's one of the nicest things I've seen done with an old railway station. Oh, and there's the sea. Let's go and see the sea. That is a very, very rough sea, and my hair is very much doing hair things. This isn't even the end of the video. I've still got one more station to go. I'm already at the sea. That's why I haven't got fish and chips, because the video hasn't ended. This isn't the weather I had in my head for this. Oh well, we deal with the cards that we're dealt. After the days I had yesterday, this is brilliant. I've had a much better day today, and I really needed this. I might get the bus to Dover though, rather than walk back up that hill. That looked a bit painful. Surprisingly, there's not many people on this beach. I didn't realise I was filming in a literal storm. Luckily, being an old station, it's got a canopy. I am now sheltered from that rain. This is worse than Storm Agnes when I was in Cornwall. And then just like that, the sun is back out. It's quite telling that the closed Folkestone Harbour station is nicer than the open Folkestone Central station. Waiting for the final train of the day. To Dover we go. That's a great view over Folkestone. That's almost as nice as the North Wales coast. Almost, but not quite.
We will shortly be arriving at Dover Priory.
As I find myself at Dover, I think it's fair to say my trip along the southeastern main line has definitely had its low points and has been my toughest to film to date. But I've definitely finished it on a high. It just goes to show that sometimes when you start things, it can start off feeling a real struggle, but if you don't start it, you never know where it's going to end up. I think it's fair to say that all creators have those periods where they just find it tough, and boy do we like to vocalise that. But behind that, we do it because we ultimately love what we do. It gives us joy. We found our little niche in the world, and we just love sharing that niche with you. The positives of what we do definitely outweigh the negatives, and they're always shining through, even if in the moment we're doing it, we can't see that. You've already seen that I'm doing so much better since this was filmed, and I've got some excellent videos to share with you over the next few months. Sea! Beach! That just leaves me to hand over to past Jen, who's going to leave a link here to the next video that I think you should watch, but I think I should go and ride a Javelin back to London.